All right, welcome back to the stream here, Negotiation Nation. Right now, we're going to take a look at one of our other deals that we had. We had a deal that we had for a client where we got a 2024 Tacoma with about 4,000 miles on it. Limited package, so the really nice one. It was a non-hybrid. It was just a gas engine. We ended up getting that for about 40 grand. The sticker price on that one is about $54,000. We had to go out of state to get it. Long story short, the temporary tag is about two-thirds to where it's about to be expired. So we want to make sure that the client has their plates before the 90-day temporary tag has concluded. There's some reasons that sometimes this type of paperwork can take, a significant amount of time in order to get through. That's why they do a 90-day temporary tag on it. That being said, we want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to make sure that the time doesn't expire on this temporary tag. We can get the client his plate and all the information he needs so he can just enjoy the truck without having to worry about any of these things, right? So let's take a look at the truck, what the truck is in question here. Okay, so you can see these are, let's take a look, pull this one up here. Here's one with 1,744 miles on it. They're pricing it at right around 47,000. Most of them that I'm seeing that are just the gas ones that are not the hybrid, actually are selling anywhere between 45 and $50,000. So we say we got ours for 40 grand, but I'll show you what they did in order to get there. And my guess is that based on the Carfax when we looked at it, is that they had bought the truck, that they had bought their own truck. So the dealership sometimes will buy their own vehicles to use as service loaners. So like that's how one of the truck like this with this 2024 with just 1,400 miles on it. This one was probably driven in the service department. Whenever a car would break down, they would give the customer a car like this to drive for the couple of days that the vehicle's in service. So this would be like a service loaner, or it could have been a demo for a sales manager. Either way, let's take a look at the Carfax. There is one. Here it is. Let's take a look at the Carfax and see what we have. Okay, so it's a one owner. A one owner vehicle, New Jersey. Yeah, it looks like it was traded in New Jersey, and then they looks like they drove the car. It looks like they barely drove it. Let's see. So let's see. The car was originally at the dealership at Hudson. Was originally sold at Hudson on the 17th of January of 2025. So when they did sell the vehicle, it looks like it was sold on May 6th, 2025. They brought it in for maintenance at 1,300 miles. This one could be this one here, it could be a repossession, actually, is what this one probably is. Or a service loan. Anyway, you can see there we got ours for about $7,000 less than what they're asking for this one. So that's the point is that they'll do all kinds of tricks. Like sometimes one that could be repoed that early. Um, Another thing is that sales managers and are paid on the gross profit of the department, right? So if you're a sales manager in the new car department, you get paid on the front end of those deals, right? So like every car deal that's done, and the dealership made $3,000, you might get your 10% of that or whatever, your 5% of that, whatever deal it is for you. Well, what they don't want is a car. Get the sticker price on a car like this. The sticker price in this car is $54,000. Okay, when they're taking a hit, like even on a trip, like let's say I bought it, like was trying to buy a new one of these, and I was a really good negotiator, and I could get the price down to say, maybe 48,000 or 48.5, because the dealership has their invoice, and then they also have holdback, which is money that changes. That's money that Toyota gives the dealership when they sell the car, right? So that's additional money that the manufacturer is called holdback. So even though the invoice on this one might be a couple of $1,000s, it might be $51,000. The truth is that Toyota also has something called holdback that is additional money that they can give off on the vehicle, but that changes every month. So every time you print out your invoice sheet, your holdback it could be different from one month to the next. That's why there's invoice price, and then they have holdback, and then they have advertising. So we can negotiate this down to say 48.5. We still saved $8,000 on this truck, right? Even if we were a good negotiator and got the best deals that we could possibly get, we still are significantly lower. That being said, there are some caveats to that. Sometimes they'll wait to process paperwork in certain cases when they lose that kind of money on a vehicle. The reason being is that we bought this truck in February, and they took realistically, it looks like about an $8,500 hit on theirs, because the one they bought was a service loaner. So that basically what the dealership will do is they will buy their own inventory to give to clients that bring their car in for service, and with bring their car in for service, and what am I looking for? What are the words I'm looking for here? They bring their cars in for service. They need a service loaner. Usually, what that means is that the dealership will sell themselves a car. And another way that reason they do that is because they have to hit so many cars to hit their volume bonus. So Price Toyota may have to. That's where we got the car from. Price Auto Group. Say Price Toyota has to sell 50 Toyota brand new Toyotas a month, and say they're at 48. They'll sell themselves two cars at the end of the month in order to make that additional money that they get. So if they hit their goal, they get, say, and I'm just using arbitrary numbers, say like $500. So that would be like $25,000 that their department would get on top of what the department made on the deal. So that would go into the sales manager and general manager's pocket, because they get a piece of the profit. That being said, eventually the gig is up on those, because you have to sell those service loaners. After so long, they'll take the service loaners and put them online for a super cheap price just to sell them and get rid of them, knowing that they're going to take a hit. So in this case, they use it for that loaner, put a couple miles on it, and then they turn around and sell it. So instead of getting 50 or anywhere between 50 and $54,000 for their Tacoma, now they're getting it for $40,000. So the dealership, instead of making all this money, is now the month when they put that paperwork through, they're $8,000 in the hole already. If that makes any sense, because they took a big hit on that vehicle. So my guess is that the reason this is taking so long, it could very well be that the dealership waited to put the paperwork through, knowing they had 90 days to do it, and putting it through all the paperwork through until March. That way, the sales manager and general manager would be able to use March's numbers to be able to uh, put that negative $8,000 against it, because March is a much busier month than February in the car business. So they'll have more ways to wash that 8 grand loser into their books, if you know what I'm saying. So if there is, a reason that this is taking longer than it should, that would be the reason, in my opinion, or what it looks like on paper. Ah, all right, so let's get on to this call here. We're going to make a quick call here. And this is the reason that we stream everything, right? The reason we stream everything is to um, hold people accountable.
Thank you for calling Price Premier in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, home of Price Forever. You may dial an extension at any time. For sales, press 1. For service, press 2. For parts and accessories, press 3. For title, tag work, or any other inquiry, please press 0. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, 5. To discard it, 6. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, 5. Record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this message is for Caleb Barnett, or somebody in the title office, the title clerk, or dealer controller. My name is Brad Mustaine. I'm with a company called Negotiation Nation. I negotiate car deals for a living. One of my clients purchased a 2024 Toyota Tacoma from you in early February. We are still waiting for information on when we should expect the license plate and title for that particular vehicle. If you could give me a call back with some information on this, or perhaps when the vehicle, or when the paperwork was mailed out, or some tracking information, that'd be helpful. My phone number is 269-267-5852. And this is for a client. His name is Joe Cicluna. Sorry, I probably should have mentioned that. Joe Cicluna is the name of the client. He bought a 2024 Toyota Tacoma, and we'd really like to just get some quick information on when that paperwork was filed, so we can get a better idea of when this should come in. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this is Brad Mustaine. I'm just calling on behalf of one of my clients, Joe Cicluna. I facilitated a deal between your dealership and Joe, and I just wanted to get him an update on his tags for his vehicle. We purchased the vehicle as a 2024 Toyota Tacoma that we purchased in early February. We're just trying to figure out when the rest of that information should come. We've been assured that the tags and the title will be here before the 90-day temporary tag is expired, but we would just like a little further information to just figure out exactly, not exactly, but roughly when.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this message is for Caleb Barnett or the title office. My name is Brad Mustang. I'm with Negotiation Nation. One of my clients, his name is Joe Cicluna, purchased a 2024 Toyota Tacoma Limited from you in early February. I'm just trying to figure out what the status is on the title and license plate for the vehicle. If you could please give me a call back. My phone number is 269 267 5852, or you can email me at negotiationnation@proton.me. Thank you very much. And like I say, we just want an update. Appreciate your concern on this.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this message is for Caleb Barnett or the title or the controller's office. My name is Brad Mustang. I work with a business called Negotiation Nation. I negotiate car deals for people. One of my clients, Joe Cicluna, actually purchased a vehicle from you early February, which I helped facilitate. Um, it turns out that we received a 90-day temporary tag, and right now we're about at day 60 for that. We want to make sure that everything is in order as far as when we should expect to get the license plate and title for that vehicle. You can give me a call. My phone number is 269 267 5852, or email me at negotiationnation at proton.me. That's negotiationnation@proton.me. And again, this is for Joe Cicluna. He's purchased a Toyota Tacoma 2024 early February. Thank you very much.
To record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this message is for Caleb Barnett or the titling office.
To send
I
this
can't talk
message,
today.
press
That's my
pound
problem.
or hang up. To play it, 3. To record your message at the tone, then press pound.
Hello, this message is for Caleb Barnett. This is Brad Mustang with Negotiation Nation. I'm just calling on behalf of one of my clients, Joe Cicluna. Recently, we purchased a vehicle early February. It was a 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Right now, we are just waiting for our license plate and title for this vehicle, and we're about day 60 on the 90-day temporary tag. Uh, we would just like a quick update on when perhaps this paperwork was filed. We still haven't got any information from either North Carolina Secretary of State that the deal has gone through. So obviously, we just want to make sure we got all our ducks in a row here. If you could give me a call back, my phone number is 269 267 5852, or you can reach me at negotiationnation@proton.me. Thank you very much.
To send this message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. To re-record it, 4. To add to it, 5. To discard it, 6. Message, press pound or hang up. To play it, 3. Your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may do so now. Goodbye.
All right, so right now what I'm doing is I'm emailing Barnett. So Caleb Barnett, who's the one who did the paperwork on this deal, and so let's talk a little bit about that now. Let's talk a little bit about the guys that do the paperwork or the finance guys. Their job is to maximize profit on the deals. They're usually the best salesman in the dealership. So on a deal like this, where we just kind of wrote a check for it and that was that, the client, the finance person does paperwork typically doesn't make any commission on those deals. So a lot of times they don't take those deals as seriously because they get paid on the warranties, they get paid on any markup that they do on the interest rate, and they get paid on other back end items like gap insurance and wheel and tire warranties, that sort of thing. So the extended warranties, that's how they get paid. Basically, they just print money they just print money in office all day. That's their job. So when you consider those facts, you can see that if we just do a cash deal on a truck that they send out of state, they may not take that particular client as seriously as somebody that they sell a $3,000 warranty to, if that makes sense. So right now, we left a message. We're going to go ahead and try emailing again. Okay, so I'm just going to appreciate that, Caleb. Okay, so let's now that we've sent the email, it basically said, "I appreciate that, Caleb." Let's read the entire email set here. Hello, thank you. Okay, so I just basically my first email was, "Good evening, Caleb. Reaching out on behalf of my clients, Joe Cicluna, stock number, blah blah blah. We're just wanting to check on the status of the license plate registration and title. Would you be able to contact the title clerk for an update for any updated information, as we're concerned that Mr. Cicluna's temporary tag will expire in April? Thank you." And that was false. Actually, it's May when it expires, but we still want to be on our due diligence. And so then they replied back, "Hello, thank you for reaching out. I called this evening in attempt to let him know that the tags have not yet arrived. It seemed like it answered, but nothing happened. But rest assured, the temp tags we issue are good for 90 days of issue, and the tags certainly should be done before then. Trust me when I say we will keep you on the road no matter what happens. Thank you for reaching out, Kayla Barnett." Okay, so let's take a look and see. I appreciate that, Caleb. Is there any way you could send us any information on when the proper paperwork was submitted? As the North Carolina Secretary of State is not yet has not. I should have said has not yet, but has not yet received any information about the transaction. Thank you. So that was I screwed that up a little bit. I meant to put has and instead of does. Okay, let's see what they say. Okay, great. All right, all right, all right. Hey, Joe, what's happening? Brad, just giving you a buzz here. I did have a chance to call. Couldn't get through to him, but I was able to get him via email. Um, Monday, we will hope we'll be able to have some information on when this paperwork was filed, just to make sure it's all proper. So I'll dial him first thing Monday morning, and we will hopefully have this at least some idea when all this stuff was submitted. Anyway, thanks, buddy. All right, so we processed that through. Let's talk a little bit about the finance department. So, a big part of the dealership's profit in the sales department is when you go in and sign the paperwork. Basically, their job is to uh, try to get you to. There's two main jobs that they have: to sign you up and do all the paperwork and make sure all that's organized and proper. The other thing that they do is they try to sell you service contracts, also known as extended warranties, you know, paint protection, interior protection, um, interior protection. Like they could sell you um, gap insurance, this type of stuff. That's where they make their money. They get a percentage of all of the stuff they sell in the back end. So, like on cash deals, they don't make a lot of money. Um, on those deals unless they can sell a warranty on top of the cash. So that's why they're trying to get you to do finance deals. Plus, they can up the charge on they can up the interest rate on the finance charge, and um, they can up the rate, and they get paid on any of that profit they get on the back end of those deals. They're usually your best salespeople in the store. And when, in this case, when we bought the car with cash from out of state, it's just not motivating for them because they don't get paid by the hour. They still have to do paperwork on cash deals. And I can tell you, we're doing this for 12 years in the business. If you want a finance manager to get pissed off at you, bring them a cash deal. They hate doing them. They will even almost look at you with disdain if you bring them a cash deal. It's like that with them a lot of times. So, uh, like when these situations happen, like where we sell a vehicle and it's taking them a while to get the plates and everything registered. Um, we want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to make sure that they did their job the way they're supposed to. The last thing we want to do is be stuck with this 90-day tag. 90 days rolls around, and it's not. They can't just give you another temporary tag, right? It's not how it works. So we got to make sure we do our due diligence to stay on top of these guys. So good news is that we'll be able to contact um, the good news is we'll be able to contact the. I'm sorry, I'm just not sharp today. I worked a full schedule at my other. Um, yeah, we definitely want to. Whatever. The bottom line is that we did pretty good on the deal. That we ended up stealing this truck pretty much, and it has been a little bit of a hassle getting these plates, but you know, small price to pay for an $8,000 discount on a vehicle, right? What would you do with 8,000? You'd go on a nice vacation for $8,000. So anyway, um, to be continued. Thank you.